Hello YouTube, welcome to my YouTube channel, Anna Bella, and today I am going to be reviewing and flicking through the high school elective, which is Computer Basics, which is from Christian Light Education. Now some of you might be going, Computer Basics from the Mennonites? And I'm like, yeah, they do use electricity. They are not the Amish, though loads of the Amish use electricity now to power their generators, for telephones, for bookkeeping reasons. A lot of the stuff that they do for their farms now is basically on computers because it legally has to be. There's the answer key. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So this is an introduction to the computer age. It starts off very dry and full of theory. So you've got what is a computer, advantages and limitations, parts of the computer storage devices. Then you've got development, basic beginnings since the 1930s, computers and people. Computers affect everyday life in homes and farms, communities and government, education, business and industry, travel and healthcare. This course is very, very comprehensive and also very, very basic. But what I like about it is the history. So if we flip over, what is a computer? So you've got some stuff in there all about that. You've got very basic beginnings. And if you go on to section 2, you actually start with the abacus and the slide rule. So you've got all of the history. Obviously, it's not going to have the Mesopotamian data banks that were basically dried bits of string and with clay at the bottom. There. So you've got all sorts of history going on here. They are a bit dated, but actually that I don't think is a bad thing, because when you get modern technology that is 2025, they'll know instantly what to do, but they will have a really good grounding on what we had before. So they won't just come at it like, oh, I don't know how to use this. So this is homes and farms, obviously. There's a cow, moo moo. Then you've got communities and government, so how technology is used there. Education, how it's used. How computers affect business and industry. Yeah, there's a little bit of Bible, but it's very small. It's just a psalm. Travel and healthcare. It is literally questions like this. All of the details could be stored in a computer somewhere. Where would you most likely to find these pieces of information? So Columbus discovered America. 3 naval officers died in an explosion. ABC Corporation owes that much in back taxes. So it is really applicable to what you're doing today. So very handy. Liked the history. Yes, it is a bit dated, but actually it's not going to do anybody any harm to learn that we used to have floppy disks and tape backup and things. In fact, it's probably going to set them up really well for what's happening with computers today, because they've got this knowledge. So this is software for hardware. So we've got in here binary numbers, how to do that, how software works, programming history, and then you've got producing software. So you've got all your logic operations and your self-checking and your debugging. It's really thorough, and it's almost like applied ICT, to be fair, this course is, which is really good because I think we need more applied stuff. What the Mennonites and Christian Light Education, see there's a flow diagram there. What they're known for are the 3 R's, reading, writing and arithmetic, and having functional practical courses. So you've got a glossary here of terms. There's 15 lessons in a book. You get 2 quizzes and then a big test, and you've got to get 80% in it all to pass a book. So you've got an intro, then you've got, what was this one? See, I've forgotten it. Software for hardware. And Unit 3, using computer software, Part 1. So this is when we start Microsoft. So what is software? Using Microsoft Windows. Yeah, it's going to come into it. Then we've got word processing and spreadsheets in this one, because that's what people do. It isn't just Excel and it isn't just Microsoft Office, but it does give you a good grounding in what it used to do. And there's no bad thing, because you can adapt. It'll just give you the basics and you can adapt to the modern stuff. So that is that one. And then in this one, we've got a little bit more. So we've got database, using computer software. So we've got database software. So why use it? What's it for? Other software. So we've got accounting, desktop publisher, internet and email. Desktop publisher is actually merged with Microsoft Office and Word. So desktop publishing and Word have become one. Presentation and voice recognition, file management. And then you've got networks, printers and scanners, motors and faxes. All of this is still useful information to actually know. And in fact, a high school student will be better off with this as a grounding, to be absolutely honest. Yes, it is a lot of reading. So this is lesson 10, file management. You've got 3 key terms to learn, which is extension, hierarchy and path, file names. Then you've got some answer these questions, using Explorer, how that works, even shows you with some screenshots how that works. Some more questions. Then you've got some Old Testament, New Testament. You're going to have some of that in here. Why not? And then, but as you can see, it's very much like just one question. It is a bit random. Sort of like, okay, today we're doing file management. And what are we filing? The books of the Bible. Excellent. You know, rather than apples or oranges. And then, so the lesson goes on and on. It is detailed, give it that. And then you've got finding lost files. Well, that's always useful to know because everybody's losing a file. Oh, I've lost a file, I can't find it. We've all been there. And then naming, matching. And then you've got a look back. So this will be about lesson 9. So it's spiral. So you'll do a little bit more, then you'll look back at what you've already done. And I like that. Then you've got like this cute little review here before you do quiz 2. So study the key terms for this section in the glossary that they provide at the back. There's the glossary. All the terms that you will need are there, as well as in the lessons themselves. So this is the end of section 2. So key terms, review the looking back section. So if you missed a looking back section, you can do it. Review lesson 10. Tell your teacher you're ready for the next bit. And then you've got networking. Look at them tapping away in their little hats. It's got a massive printer there. It's all good. Printers and scanners. The Amish do use this course. It's very popular. Shocker, and people are like, really? And I'm like, yeah. Like, they're not in the dark ages. I don't know where people get the idea that they are. They just use technology for efficient functioning and to help them in life. They do have mobile phones. You know, might just have a basic burner phone, but it's still a phone. Still does the job. So you've got computers in the workplace. So you've got work on the computer. Business, medical, industrial, computing jobs, safety and security and ethics, software needs, hardware needs, getting information, so a computer of your own. And then you've got you reviewing it. So section 3 is just a load of review. And that's basically it. It's a very basic course, very simple. But to be absolutely honest, I think they should stuff everybody on it. You know. So look, if we look at this, so this is retail, service and business. So we pick up a random paragraph and do something. A cleaning business such as one that would contact with a hospital for the cleaning of its facilities uses computers too. By having access to the hospital's computer system, the cleaners can know which patient rooms have been vacated, which ones have been cleaned already, and which ones are a priority because a patient is waiting to be moved into that particular room. How useful is that? So there are key terms. It is very practical and functional, I have to say, and it's got good information and, weirdly enough, history to it. So you're not just, you know, getting it out of context. So you've got catalogue or internet, So this is reviewing the course. So this is label these computer parts. So some of this is very key stage 3 if we were to apply it to UK curriculum. But other parts of it are well on to key stage 4. It's very interesting. There, look. So this is a CAD, industrial use of the computer. And then obviously you've got your answer key. I would recommend getting a little notebook so you can make some notes as you go. Maybe practice the key terms. Overall, pretty impressed with this, to be fair. You know, it does talk about internet safety and ethics, and not everything that you see online will be appropriate. But I mean, it's 2025. If the Menonets know that everything online's not appropriate, why doesn't everybody else? You know, pretty standard stuff. Writing letters. The binary number system uses the digits. Yeah, pretty sound. Let's have a look at safety and security and ethics, 22. That might need a bit of updating, but I mean, if the Mennonites know that everything online isn't useful, why doesn't the rest of the world always act so shocked all the time? It's ridiculous. The internet is like a library. Some of it's appropriate, some of it's not. So you've got safety. Amazingly enough, computers can be hazardous to health, mostly for people who spend numerous hours each day seated at a computer. So we've got eye strain, so it's actually talking about eye strain and back problems. Yeah. Carpal tunnel syndrome, security, ethics. Hackers. I mean, if the Mennonites are talking about computer hackers and scammers in a dated computer course, then I think everybody else is just catching up. So, yeah, I was very impressed with this. This is supposed to be a high school level course. Parts of this we would do at Key Stage 3. Other bits are definitely from our Key Stage 4 course, though weirdly enough, it does networking, there's a little bit of programming, there's a little bit of history, talks about Charles Babbage, that doesn't talk about Ada Lovelace, which is a crime, in my opinion, as she is the grandmother of computer programming, to be absolutely honest, with writing her first ever computer programming. There are flowcharts. It is a good course. It's dated, but actually I think the datedness works for it because it allows people to realise, oh, we've had them since the 1930s. I'm like, yes, they are not newfangled things. We've been using them for a very long time. And if the Mennonites know that we've been using them incorrectly and that not everything that you see online is nice, then why on earth isn't everybody else? Anyway, this is the end of my review. You've got the answer key there for it all. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Like, comment and subscribe. I mean, if you've got a young person that's interested in computing, this course is not a bad option. I mean, there is a lot of reading and it is a bit dry, but then again, all computer theory is dry. There's no way around it. Welcome to dryness. So that's basically it. Hope you've enjoyed it. Bye.